Have you ever woken up and felt like you're living the same day over and over again? Like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, except there's no comedy. Just this crushing weight that your life has become a hamster wheel. I'm talking about that suffocating feeling when you look around and realize, damn, I'm stuck. Completely, utterly stuck. And the worst part? You have no clue how you even got here. I wake up, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, sleep, repeat. Where did my dreams go? When did I become this person? She asked me. And you know what hit me? I didn't have an answer, because I felt exactly the same way. Friends, write in the comments where you're watching us from, and hit like if you want to discover what's the most unexpected thing about breaking free from life's prison. Here's the brutal truth nobody talks about. That stuck feeling? It's not actually about your circumstances. It's about something far more terrifying. It's about losing connection with yourself. Think about it. When did you last do something that made your heart race with excitement? Not fear, not anxiety. Pure, childlike excitement. Can't remember? Welcome to the club of the emotionally numb. The real prison isn't your job, your relationship, or your bank account. It's the story you keep telling yourself about who you are and what's possible for you. Let me tell you about Marcus, a guy I met at a coffee shop. 45 years old, divorced, working the same accounting job for 15 years. He looked like he'd given up on life entirely. But here's where it gets interesting. Marcus had this tiny habit. Every Tuesday he'd try a different coffee blend. Just one small thing that broke his routine. Seems insignificant, right? Dead wrong. That one tiny act of rebellion against his own patterns became the crack that shattered his entire stuck mindset. Because here's what neuroscience tells us. Our brains are prediction machines. When you do the same things repeatedly, your brain goes on autopilot. You're literally sleepwalking through life. But introduce even micro changes and suddenly your brain wakes up, starts paying attention again. Within 6 months, Marcus had learned Spanish, started rock climbing, and met his current girlfriend at a salsa class. All because he dared to order different coffee on Tuesdays. But here's the part that'll blow your mind. The feeling of being stuck isn't your enemy. It's your internal alarm system screaming, you're capable of so much more. I remember when I felt most trapped. I was working a soul-crushing job. My relationship was falling apart, and I felt like I was watching my life happen to someone else. The breakthrough came when I stopped asking, how do I escape? And started asking, what is this teaching me about what I truly want? The shift in question changed everything. Here's something nobody tells you. Being stuck is often a sign that you've outgrown your current identity. You're like a snake that needs to shed its skin, but you're terrified of the vulnerability that comes with molt. The old you got you to where you are, but it can't take you where you want to go, and your soul knows this before your mind does. That restless, stuck feeling? It's your future self knocking on the door. But here's where most people mess up catastrophically. They try to logic their way out of being stuck. They make pros and cons lists, analyze their situation to death, overthink every possible outcome. Logic is a tool, but you can't think your way into feeling alive again. You have to feel your way there. You have to reconnect with your body, your intuition, your authentic desires that you've buried under years of should and supposed to. Start paying attention to what makes you feel expanded versus contracted. When you think about different possibilities, does your chest open up? Or does it tighten? Your body is giving you constant feedback that you're probably ignoring. I had a client named Jennifer who felt stuck in her marriage. Instead of immediately jumping to, should I get divorced, we explored what activities made her feel most alive. Turns out, it was painting. She hadn't painted in 10 years. As she reconnected with this lost part of herself, something magical happened. She became more confident, more expressive, more herself. Guess what? Her marriage improved dramatically. Here's another game-changing perspective. What if being stuck is actually your psyche's way of protecting you from taking action before you're truly ready? What if it's not punishment, but preparation? Maybe you need this time of apparent stagnation to build inner resources, to develop skills, to clarify your values. Maybe the universe is keeping you in the cocoon until your wings are strong enough for flight. Reframe it as a sacred pause. A time for deep listening, a chance to get so clear on what you truly want that when the time comes to move, you'll move with precision and power. The most successful people I know didn't escape being stuck. They learned to dance with it. They used periods of apparent stillness as launching pads for their biggest breakthroughs. Here's your action plan, and it's probably not what you expect. First, stop trying to fix the stuck feeling. Instead, get intimate with it. Where do you feel it in your body? What color is it? What texture? Third, reconnect with what you loved before the world told you who to be. What fascinated you as a child? What did you dream about before you learned to be practical? Those breadcrumbs lead back to your essence. Fourth, find your people. Being stuck is often amplified by isolation. Seek out others who are questioning, growing, refusing to settle for mediocrity. Their energy will remind you what's possible. Finally, practice gratitude for the stuck feeling itself. Thank it for waking you up to the fact that you're meant for more. Thank it for refusing to let you sleepwalk through your one precious life. Remember Sarah, my friend who called crying at 2 a.m.? 6 months later, she texted me from Brazil. She'd quit her job, was teaching English, and said she'd never felt more alive. The stuck feeling had been her soul's GPS recalibrating. Your stuck feeling isn't a life sentence. It's a wake-up call. It's your future self reaching back through time to shake you awake and remind you of your magnificent potential. The question isn't whether you'll get unstuck. It's whether you'll trust the process enough to let it transform you into who you're truly meant to become. The adventure of your real life is waiting. Are you ready to answer the call?